In the opening scene of Alien Earth Season 1, Episode 1, we saw that in the future, all the big organizations on Earth were obsessed with one mission: cracking immortality. Future humans had come up with 3 different inventions to solve this problem. First were the cyborgs, a mix of humans and robots. Then came the synths, AI-powered androids. And finally, hybrids, sense in which human consciousness had been transferred instead of artificial intelligence. Whichever corporation managed to solve immortality first would rule the world. Anyway, this story is set in the year 2120, 2 years before the original Alien movie. On a deep research spaceship called Maginot, a group of researchers were collecting alien samples from different planets to bring back to Earth. Apparently, this mission was designed to last for 65 years. During the long journey, the crew stayed in a hibernation state so their physical bodies wouldn't age. During one break, when everyone was eating together, some of the members started talking about the big organizations back on Earth. All of them were working for Weyland-Yutani, the corporation that controlled North and South America on Earth, as well as Mars and Saturn in space. Another corporation, Dynamic, controlled the Moon. Recently, a young genius billionaire had entered the competition too. Among the species collected on the ship were facehuggers, which meant doom was near. After dinner, most of the crew went back into cryosleep, but in a flash forward, we saw that the facehugger had already used a host to become a fully grown xenomorph. Meanwhile, on Earth, at a private research island owned by Prodigy, a sick young girl named Marcy was about to become part of an experiment. The one running it was Karsh, a synth who was indirectly testing Marcy's human behavior. Karsh asked her, "If you're afraid of scorpions, should I kill the scorpion for you?" After thinking for a moment, Marcy refused. Then she went inside. At Prodigy's lab, they were preparing to transfer Marcy's consciousness into the body of a hybrid synth. The idea was that even if her physical body died, her consciousness would survive inside this adult hybrid synth. Looking at the adult synth's body on another platform, Marcy said that after the transfer, she wanted to be called Wendy. To comfort her before the experiment, they projected the movie Peter Pan on the ceiling. In that story, Peter takes children to a magical island called Neverland. Coincidentally, the genius boy Cavalier had also named his experimental island Neverland. The only difference was that in his magical Neverland, children weren't escaping, they were being used. And yes, Wendy is a character from Peter Pan, which makes Karsh kind of like Tinkerbell here. There was a reason they were using children. Apparently, the consciousness transfer experiment didn't work as well on adults. As soon as Wendy's consciousness was transferred, Marcy's body passed away. Now highly intelligent and powerful, Wendy sat at the edge of a cliff, looking at the scenery of the island. Just then, Dane Sylvia called out to her. Wendy landed like a superhero and sped back toward the lab, showing that Prodigy's hybrids were far stronger than expected. That's when Wendy learned that more children would soon be brought in for experiments. During their transformations, she would have to act like an older sister so the terminally ill kids wouldn't be scared, and afterward, they'd at least have a friend and companion. Back in space, Captain Morrow was secretly programming the Maginot to crash into Earth. By then, xenomorphs were already loose on the ship, killing almost every crew member. One of them begged Morrow for help, but Morrow ignored him. He wanted the company to get its hands on the research, even if the ship had to crash. After all, in their eyes, the crew's lives had no value. The ship was headed straight toward Neo-Siam City, which Prodigy used as a parametric test ground. Because of Prodigy's direct server connection, Wendy was able to hack into daily camera feeds to keep an eye on her brother, Joe. When they were kids, the two had watched Ice Age together countless times. The next day, as usual, Joe, also known as the Hermit, went off to work with his soldier companions. But then, right before their eyes, the Maginot crashed. Joe immediately joined the emergency duty team with his fellow Prodigy soldiers. As they searched the wreckage, they went deeper into the ship. Morrow, who had just stepped out of his safe chamber, quickly sent an urgent message to Weyland-Yutani, asking them to come secure the alien species as soon as possible. Wendy requested Cavalier to let her join the mission. She said it would be a good chance to test the hybrid's abilities. But Karsh made it clear that Wendy only wanted to go because she wanted to save her brother. So where were these emotions of care coming from? Maybe they were simulated feelings. But Wendy insisted again and again that she was still human. To test this claim, Cavalier finally allowed Wendy and the other hybrids to join the mission. Karsh would lead them. Of course, Weyland Yutani had no idea where their young trillionaire boss was at that point. Not long after, alien bugs attacked the soldiers. These weren't ordinary pests. They were blood-sucking bugs that drained every drop of blood from their prey, leaving them dried out. While searching the ship, Joe found the corpse of a crew member. From the look of it, a xenomorph chestburster had torn its way out of that man's body. On the mission, Karsh kept lecturing everyone that humans were nothing more than food in this universe.
But Wendy tells Karsh, no matter what happens today, I will save my brother.
And that's where episode 1 ended. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more. I've made plenty of similar videos, and you'll find their links in the description box. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.